Welcome to this edition of Silver Sneakers Boom Muscle. Today I was going to do a warm-up using battle ropes. That's these thick ropes you'll find in a fitness facility. Some of them are very long and thick, quite heavy, and others, like this one with the blue handle, shorter, less heavy. Again, like a bunch of the fitness equipment, you want to pick a battle rope that you can manage without too much difficulty. For most of our Silver Sneakers Boom Muscle workouts, these are high intensity workouts, so make sure you have medical clearance to engage in high intensity exercise before engaging in this activity. Battle ropes are appropriate for warming up or high intensity intervals, and I was going to demonstrate a number of the different moves you can use with them. So the rope is in two halves, equal length. Grab one on each side, and we can start off with what we call a slam, where we just get a wave going there. This exercise is generally with the core, and it helps warm up the shoulders and the arms. Second exercise is called a wave, where you're able to make your arms. And to reposition. Next, I'm going to demonstrate a circle out and a circle in with the battle rope. And to finish up with our warm-up, you can do jumping jacks with a battle rope. Pretty effective warm-up. Next, I'm going to demonstrate figure 8 with the battle rope, and then finally jumping jacks. a very effective warm-up. To continue with this workout, I was going to demonstrate some of the pieces of equipment and exercises you can do to try and strengthen your core and your lower body, otherwise known as legs day. A lot of people try to avoid legs day or go easy with it, but the core and the lower body have some of the biggest muscle groups and are very susceptible to sarcopenia, losing muscle mass. And if you get weak in your legs, you have a tendency to fall down, fracture your hip, which can be devastating. So a couple pieces of equipment here. One is called a tire flip device. Sometimes it's a true giant tire. This requires actually total body strength. I usually start off with trying to position this, moving it to a better position. In this facility, it usually seems to be too close to a wall or close to other pieces of equipment. It's pretty heavy, so make sure that you keep your back in a nice neutral position if you try and pull on it. Total weight is probably close to like 200 pounds or so. The tire by itself in this version is about 120 pounds, and you have additional plates you can add if you want additional weight. So for this, keep your head up, back neutral, bend your knees, lift, and push. Before trying this exercise, you might test and see if you can deadlift, let's say 120 pounds. If not, I'd avoid this one. Many facilities will have a heavy punching bag like this hung up. You can punch it, you can throw it. One thing I like to try to do with it is called a bear hug squat. So you put your arms around it, like a bear hug, squat down, and try and lift up. Challenging and fun, and funny if people see you doing it. Some facilities will have a rope pull device like this, which you can use in a number of different ways. I'm just going to demonstrate how I use this for a lower body exercise. So you squat down and pull up. Usually it'll have a list of various exercises you can do. I use it a lot for pulling this. You can also exercise your obliques by pulling to the side. combining upper body pull with an oblique contraction. Many facilities have a number of leg machines, like leg press. This is a one leg press. Hamstring curl laying flat. Hamstring curl sitting up. Leg extension, knee extension. Adduction machine and abduction machine. I wasn't going to demonstrate all these. Most of them have some instructions on the machine, and you can always ask your facility professionals to demonstrate for you. This place has this device for what we call a Norwegian type hamstring curl, and a hip extension machine, and a seated calf raise machine. You put the weights on this bar, sit down and lift. This only exercises part of your calf, so you want to add a standing calf raise as well. Some people criticize the use of machines and devices in strength training, saying that it doesn't require so much core stabilization or strengthening of your stabilizer muscles. The downside to free weights is they're much higher risk for injuring those muscles, and so as you're beginner or intermediate in strengthening, you want to avoid injury, because that can knock you out for weeks, months at a time. I often recommend using these machines, particularly in our senior age group, to prevent injury and to get an effective exercise for the muscles we want to strengthen, particularly like our quads and our hamstring and our core muscles. I really don't see a downside to using the machines, and occasionally using a free weight if you need to challenge yourself as you're getting too strong on the machine. So first I was going to demonstrate this squat machine. You can load plates on the side here. You can adjust the height of the shoulder pads. A downside to the squat with a barbell behind your back, upper back and neck, so you have to have flexibility both in your shoulders and your pelvis. You don't want to round forward. You want to keep your body pretty much straight up and down. For me, I certainly lack the flexibility in my shoulders for a traditional back squat, so this machine is a substitute. The advantage to machines is if the weight's excessive, you can't handle it, you usually can drop it, get out of it without injuring yourself or destroying anything. Another useful machine is called a hack squat. Puts you in a slightly different position. It's like a leg press, except your feet are usually more forward, and it's going to emphasize both the quads and the glutes about evenly. It has these bars which trap the machine to hold the weight in place. So you push up and release them, and then you can do your leg press. Again, it has a couple layers to block so that you can keep the weights up there. And if you lose control, it has a block at the bottom which stops it from crushing you too excessively. A more advanced machine called a Smith machine. There's other brand names for doing your leg exercises. You can do barbell squat. But again, I don't have flexibility for that, so I can do a front squat. I'll demonstrate that. Traditionally, you would bring your arms back, hold them in your palms, right under your chin. Again, arthritis and flexibility. So I just rested on my arms, my elbows, lift up, try and hook it. Doesn't work that way, so I'll turn around. That works more naturally. So, the point is to accommodate your body to what the device or the machine can do. It's at a bit of an angle, so you can do them either direction. I find I have to do facing out to in to do a front squat on this Smith machine. Using the same machine, you can do a deadlift, which is also a great lower body exercise. Requires a lot of core stabilization and does exercise the upper body and arms to a bit. So two versions where the bar is just below your knees, and you do what they call a straight leg deadlift or Romanian deadlift, where you go from this partially elevated position, standing up and the hip forward. On the full deadlift, the weight is down towards the ground. On this, you want to start with your hips down low, your back neutral, avoid rounding your back, and drive with your legs. And the name deadlift doesn't come from what it's going to do to you, but rather that the weight is resting dead on the ground, and you lift it up from there, and you reduce and you repeat, setting it back down to that fully dead position. As opposed to the squat, where once you unrack it, the weight is supported by your body the whole time until you re-rack it. Speaking of squats, some facilities will have a device like this, which is a squat bar with handles that go forward and some padding. These come under different brand names. One caution is the bar is a third heavier than most Olympic bars, so it weighs about 65 pounds just by itself. This one you can do a squat with, and for me, to overcome my inflexibility and shoulder problems, it's a much better device. It's important. Get yourself centered on the racket, step back a little bit, feet shoulder width apart, and lower into your squat. Notice I have these bars set up. Again, if I lose control, I can let the weight drop. It's not going to smash me. This is called a hex bar. It's used for deadlifting, but instead of the bar being in front of your shins, which can be a problem if you lack some flexibility again, you stand in the middle of it, and you can either grab the upper handles or the lower handles and do your deadlift from there. You position the same way as your regular deadlift. Lowered, down, back neutral, head up. Can be an issue getting the weights on and off, so often I'll put a small, like a 5-pound plate under the weights, which elevate it so I can take off some of the weights and get down to just the weight of a bar itself. The leg workout can be particularly challenging. If you're not used to it, you might end up with some muscle soreness, maybe the following day or so. We call that delayed onset of muscle soreness, or DOMS. That's due to some muscle breakdown plus some other issues. I don't think we exactly know why. It can last several days. It can get progressively more painful over the first few days, and it starts to subside. I would only do a leg-focused workout once or twice a week. And if you do have some soreness, I would wait until that's resolved before doing another leg workout. If you find that the weights you've chosen seem to be no problem and you have no soreness, I'd give at least 48 hours between each leg day. Some people hate leg day. I think it's one of the most useful exercise regimen we can do to improve overall fitness, muscle strength, improve stability, and reduce falls. As you get better at these exercises, it can motivate you to increase your flexibility and to continue to lift and enjoy life. I hope you enjoyed this exercise session and hope to see you later.